Hey there, it's Gregson. Welcome back to Shifting Lanes. In today's video, we are going to talk about the all-new 2022 Lexus NX and what you need to know about this small SUV before you research it, compare it to others in its class, or buy it. And even if you're not in the market for one, stick around and watch all the way to the end because there's some interesting information I found when researching for this video that you may have never known before. In this video, we'll be going over what to look for on NXs, both new and old, which means we'll also be talking about the previous versions before this newly restyled one. I'll show you guys some things like common issues with older models, any major service bulletins, any major recalls, reliability ratings, and what's new for 2022 versus the 2021 model year. And if you're here because of this video, consider watching our other content as well. We make tons of videos at Shifting Lanes on new car reviews, other what to know videos, consumer advice recommendations, and automotive news. If you'd like to see any of those, check the description below for playlists of everything we do, or click the card above for a hand-picked video for you. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up at the end if you enjoyed it or found it informative. Before we get into it, I want to hear from you. Do you like the NX? Are you in the market to buy one? Do you own one and love it? Do you own one and hate it? Leave a comment about anything you think about the NX, both new and old, as you watch. I'm curious to hear what you, the community, has to say about it. The NX has been a moderately well-performing vehicle in terms of sales for Lexus since it was introduced to the US market in 2014. With year-over-year growth from 2014 through 2018, it was looking like a sales hit, but with declining sales numbers each of the last 2 years, coupled with a segment that's been seeing a ton of new designs, the NX was looking a bit down. But now we have a fully redesigned NX coming out, and it will be the latest Lexus with a redesigned or refreshed face. But did you know that the underpinnings of the NX are based on the RAV4? It shares all powertrains with the RAV4, but in a much more luxurious coat. The new NX will likely be a much bigger threat to the rest of the segment, mostly because they will all be older by the time it's released. Those vehicles include the Audi Q3, the BMW X1, and the Mercedes-Benz GLA, among others. With that said, the current NX still has many units out there on dealer lots, just waiting to be snatched up for those looking for a good deal, as dealers will no doubt want to make room for the new one. With that in mind, let's talk about some common issues with the older NXs first, as that is what many buyers' first search is when shopping for a car. CarComplaints.com is a great resource when looking at complaints and overall issues. I frequent this site almost daily looking for information on cars to better inform all of you. And when I look at car complaints for the NX, I came across something I've actually never seen before. There are virtually zero complaints and issues. Seriously. Go to carcomplaints.com, type in Lexus NX in the search bar, and look it up for yourself. The current NX has a few different trims with the 200T and 300H, and there's almost nothing on the site, and that's a bit unprecedented. The 200 has a few complaints regarding the navigation system, collision avoidance, and poor quality leather, but these all have a not applicable cost and an average mileage of just 1,000 miles, which is a bit suspect. And if you click into them, 2 of the 3 were submitted by the same person, and the third has only 1 person reporting it, and it's an opinion complaint. The same holds true if you look at the NHTSA website. There's minimal complaints, and the ones that are logged are one-off issues that mostly don't have anything to do with the quality of the vehicle at all. This is all pretty mind-boggling to think about, especially for a model that sells tens of thousands of units every single year. Could it be that the NX line is the most problem-free vehicle that Lexus, or really anyone else, makes? The evidence is mounting in favor of that, and if you look online, you're hard-pressed to find problems with these things. If you own one and have had issues, let me hear about it in the comments. Next, let's talk about the technical service bulletins, or TSBs, for the NX. If you didn't know, a TSB is a communication from the manufacturer, like Lexus, that document recommended procedures for repairing vehicles, and they happen when there are several occurrences of an unanticipated problem. For example, if consumers keep reporting that their doors won't lock because a wire in the door is known to disconnect or come loose, and it's happening across many different shops or dealers, the manufacturer will look into it, and if there's a fix, issue a TSB so that if it happens again, the fix is easily understood and rectified. The manufacturer may also find fixes proactively and issue a TSB if the fix does not require a recall. For the NX, you may be surprised to learn that there are dozens of TSBs listed. However, it's important to remember that this isn't necessarily a standard for reliability. Almost all cars have tons of TSBs for each year they are produced, so take this into consideration when doing your research. I won't go into all of the TSBs they list, but if you're more DIY inclined, it's worth poking around in the TSBs should you find something wrong with your vehicle and want to fix it yourself. You may find a TSB with the fix you need and could save yourself hundreds if not thousands in repair costs with the right know-how. You could find TSBs listed on sites like Car Complaints or the NHTSA, as TSBs need to be public knowledge by law. But I will mention that if you do find something wrong and you have a newer model with a warranty, ask the dealer first, as you'll likely be able to have it covered free of charge. And on that note, let's talk about any active recalls that the NX has. You can find these as well as other complaints, manufacturer communications, and investigation information at the NHTSA or the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. And just like the complaints, there's virtually nothing on the NX as far as recalls are concerned. Currently, the NX only has one recall associated with it across both models and across many different years, and that is fuel pump may fail. If the fuel pump fails, the engine can stall while driving, increasing the risk of a crash. Lexus's fix for this is to notify owners, and dealers will replace the fuel pump assembly with an improved one free of charge. Recalls are hugely important to keep up with on your vehicle, and if you have an NX, be sure to contact your dealer about this issue to get it resolved as soon as possible. Next, let's talk about overall reliability. Consumer Reports, unsurprisingly, ranks the NX as number 1 in the luxury compact sport utility vehicle segment, with an overall score of 82 out of 100 for the existing model pre-update and a 91 out of 100 on reliability, which is once again the top of the segment by a wide margin, with second place being the Buick Envision with a 65 out of 100. Truly, the NX is in a class of its own on reliability and overall quality. However, Car and Driver has a very different ranking for the NX, with it coming in 12th in their rankings overall. Tops in the segment, according to them, is the Volvo XC40, which we have driven and loved, so we can't fault Car and Driver for that. However, 12th compared to first is a big margin between them, and a big margin between two very respected journals. Digging a bit deeper, Car and Driver faulted the NX for the wonky infotainment system and the model being older than basically everything else in the entire segment. With the new NX coming out, Car and Driver will no doubt bump the NX up in the rankings once they get their hands on a new one. How high it will go remains to be seen. Now, onto the new NX completely, because there is a lot of information that you really need to know about it. As I said, the new NX is a full redesign, and there's going to be many new things. You'll be getting 3 new trim levels with the NX 250, 350, and 450h. You'll also get 4 different powertrains to choose from. The base 250 will have a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine producing 203 horsepower, while the 350 will receive a new 275 horsepower turbocharged 2.4 liter 4-cylinder engine. Both of those will be mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Apart from the normal gas engines, there are 2 hybrid variants. The 350h will pair 2 electric motors with the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder for a rated 239 horsepower, while the 450h will get the same plug-in hybrid powertrain as the RAV4 Prime, as I previously stated, good for 302 horsepower and 36 miles on pure electric driving. Expect pricing to stay in the $40,000 base price range. When pricing is out, check this video's comment section, as we'll pin it to the top once we know what it is and make a comment about it. Currently, there's no EPA fuel economy numbers, but the 450h should likely get similar numbers to the RAV4 Prime, since it's the same powertrain and basically the same platform. The RAV4 Prime is rated for 40 city, 36 highway, and 38 combined MPG, so expect similar numbers to this, and expect all other NX trims to come in under these numbers. On the tech front, every new NX model will come with a touchscreen infotainment system. Base models come with a 9.8-inch display, and the 2 top trims get a large 14-inch unit. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are both standard and will work via a wireless connection. Optional extras are a wireless smartphone charging pad and head-up display. Lexus says that the new NX will be even more spacious inside for both passengers and for cargo. Optional features on this part of it will include a panoramic sunroof, heated rear seats, an ambient interior lighting system with 64 different color choices, and black open pore wood trim. The biggest change here, as you can see, is on the exterior of the newly redesigned NX, with a completely new different front fascia and overall design language. It does keep some Lexus hallmarks like the hourglass grille and very cool headlights with the L daytime running lamps. However, in my personal opinion, this NX looks better by leaps and bounds over the old one. The old one sort of looked a little bit over-designed and over-styled, while this one still is very highly designed and styled, but a bit more understated with a bit more muscular architecture. If I were in the segment shopping for this, the NX, or at least this new one, would be probably in my top 5 to drive, given how good it looks and knowing Lexus's overall reliability over the years. Lastly, you'll get a pretty robust warranty array with the NX. Their limited warranty covers you for 4 years or 50,000 miles. The powertrain warranty covers 6 years or 70,000 miles. The hybrid component warranty covers 8 years or 100,000 miles, and complimentary maintenance is covered for 1 year or 10,000 miles. Lastly, with all this being said, do we recommend you go in to buy the new Lexus NX if you've made the decision to purchase? That answer is a yes, but do be cautious. The reason I say that is because even given all this information and with Lexus's stellar reliability ratings, new models aren't always bulletproof, so beware of first-year kinks that they may need to work out. If it were us, we'd wait a year for the 2023 model. Though with that in mind, the underpinnings are from the battle-tested RAV4, so in the case of the NX, worries about first-year oddities might be moot. Regardless of what path you choose, any NX will be a great car for you for a long time, so go ahead and shop with confidence. That will do it for today's video, and I hope that this video does help you in making your buying decision a bit easier or has made you a better informed owner. If you want to follow us outside of YouTube, you can follow us at Shifting Lanes on Facebook and Instagram, where we post about the cars we review, our personal cars, and industry news and adventures. Again, my name is Gregson. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, until next time.